Hey everybody, Logan here. Today, I'm bringing you a controller. Controller I found while I was out and about at a GameStop in a mall. Yes, a mall. So there's a mall in Central Florida, not too far from the Disney Universal area, called the Florida Mall. Massive mall, ton of tourists, but we hadn't been there in quite some time, and we decided to take a little trek. There's a GameStop. I thought that GameStop closed. No, it's still there. So we were looking around, of course, looking for some Pokemon cards and whatever, and I always look to see if there's a new controller. And I found a new brand. Now they had two different ones, one with TMR and one with Hall Effect. So I decided to get the TMR. Now that one is called the GG Gear, and this one's called the Corava. So they have a number of different controller colors, and we'll look at those in a minute, but this one had TMR sticks. And once I looked at it a little further, and I was like, it reminds me of a certain controller, which I have, and I'm going to show you that a little closer. But it promises to have everything that you could want for the Nintendo Switch 2, everything from Wake to Rumble that you don't get in the official licensed ones, and well, it's significantly cheaper. How about we get into it, unbox it, test it, see if it's any good. This is the GG Gear for Switch 2, also supports Switch, it says. Now, this is the Corava wireless controller. It has TMR anti-drift sticks, 1000 hertz polling rate if you're using it on PC. Most people aren't. This was in the Switch section, and GameStop isn't really known for, having the highest quality PC stuff. And it has a C button, shows you right there. Chat feature C button. If you look on the back, now we've got a couple of different colors down here. Ashivo, Mintro, Skylix, Lavora. So purple, blue, green, and gray. And this is the pink one. They only had pink. Now, like I mentioned, there was also an RGB version that had Hall Effect sticks, but well, this one was $44.99 with TMR, and the other one was $39.99, $5 difference with Hall Effect, and it was black and it had some lights on it. But I was like, you know what? I'd rather have the TMR. Now, looking at this, it reminds me of a specific controller, one that I have right here. We'll take a closer look and you'll see what I mean. But I think this reminds me more of the Switch 1 version. And again, just looking at the box and stuff like that, but I'm not going to say it's the same. I'm not going to say they're using the exact mold, but it made me scratch my head a little bit. So how about we just open it up and take a look. There we go. Yes, that is, besides the stick caps that I have on here. You see what I mean? It looks very similar. Face buttons are a little different. Back is a little similar. This looks more like the Switch 1 version. Now, I don't have any more of the PDP Switch 1 controllers, but yeah, you can see the resemblance there. Even the sticks, I don't know if I have one over here that has those style sticks. Close. Very close. You know what this kind of reminds me of? What is the brand? Mojon. They just recently changed their name from Big Big One to Mojon. Those sticks kind of remind me of that. Now, significantly quieter buttons than anything we have over here. Now, the new Turtle Beach / PDP, they're solid, but they're missing features. They do have TMR sticks, and they're $65 to $70. This is significantly cheaper. Looks all right, feels all right. Anti-friction, not the best, but it's okay. Feels pretty good for $44. That's not too shabby. Now, will I say I wish they had other colors? Yes, I wish they had the blue or the green. I definitely would have taken that, or even the gray. But they didn't, so it is what it is. And you know what? That doesn't look bad. So we already have some power. That's nice. Sync button right on the top. So how about we sync it to my Switch 2? Here's the Switch 2. So let's go into change grip. Turn on the controller. Press the sync button. Press the sync button. There we go. Still recognizes it as a Switch 1 controller, so I'm assuming that's the trick we're gonna have to do. It feels all right in the menu, so we'll test it out in a couple games and see how it feels. First, we'll go with Marvel Cosmic Invasion for the quick response of the D-pad and the face buttons, of course.
Perfect cover for a bank job.
Don't need the old spider sense to figure out there's trouble downtown.
Watch out, these bugs have been sent by Nihilus himself.
Very fast, very snappy, no latency for D-pad and face buttons. I like that, and it's not loud, yelling at you, clacky sounds. Triggers are fine, everything works great. So for a 2D game, this is gonna be fantastic. But now, you know, that's one of those things where it's, oh, that's all well and good. We need to see how it performs in a 3D game, in a 3D open world, if you will. So that, for me, is going to be Bogopia. Not too shabby. Sticks are very nice. Okay, so the back buttons do come pre-mapped. For the L bumper and R bumper, okay. The only thing I can say, that's a nice controller. We do need to test something though. Will it wake the console? We did the process. From everything I've read, I actually did a little research before the video to see if it offered it because the box did not say it. No, I don't think it does. And this is all the information that came with it. Nope, I don't see anything. Nope, nothing here about console wake. Nope. No, I did not think so. It's funny because I did look it up online and I used Google, and of course Google's going to tell you some stuff, especially now that Google loves to use the whole AI thing and said, yes, It supports wake, ... right? It doesn't. So, okay, no console wake. Otherwise, everything else is good. There's one thing I did forget to check. Oh, okay. All right, so we resync. Takes a little bit to resync. Let's go back. Rumble's nice. Rumble is really nice. HD rumble, it isn't, but it's really nice. It's not one of those loud clackety or bzz rumble motors. It's really nice rumble. So honestly, this is a solid option. I just wish it supported console wake. That's going to be one of the things you'll notice if it does support Switch 1 and it's a Switch 2 controller with like the C button, you're usually going to see that it does not support wake. Most third-party companies have started to jump on the bandwagon with wake, but they're not officially licensed. This one not being officially licensed, I thought would give us console wake, but unfortunately it does not. And again, nothing here says it. So that kind of sucks. But like I said, I did look it up, but to take it with a grain of salt, and that's what I did. So the only thing I can say is we can try one more time. So turn on the controller. Resync. There we go. Okay. That's a thing. Let's try that again. All right. And it disappeared. Try it again. Paired. Okay. That's the trick. No, it doesn't even have the handshake protocol possibility. There we go. So, and then it syncs right there. So, okay. I am going to have to say, after that little weird issue right there, maybe all the kinks aren't worked out. For $44, I think it's solid, but you got a few little issues with it. Would I buy this over one of the officially licensed third-party brands like Turtle Beach? I don't know. They both have TMR. The only thing is this has rumble. Otherwise, they're all pretty much the same. It depends on how much you want to spend. That's really the only thing I can say. If you want to spend less and get something close to equivalent, yes. But if you want something that's going to be officially licensed and the console will recognize this as a Switch 2 Pro controller, then I would go with this, but you are going to spend more and you are going to get no rumble, but you get rumble here. Still both TMR. That's all I can really say. Will I recommend it? Maybe. I think I'm going to end it with a maybe. If I had to rate it, 7 out of 10. I pulled an IGN, just give it a 7 out of 10. If it didn't have that weird little thing at the end and it actually wake the controller, if the controller wake the console, I'd probably give it about a 9 because that is what everybody wants, especially at that price point. But right now, there are other ones I would recommend over this. If you're walking into GameStop and you need something new and hey, you don't want to order online, solid option. I'll give you that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless each and every one of you. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow